The president's been doing great as far as delivering on his promises. He had very little promises. Fight corruption, fight drugs, more comfortable life. Like him or hate his war against drugs, the numbers are there. The price of shabu has become exorbitant. The number of people apprehended is for real. I think there's really safer communities now, and I've seen surveys. They have all confirmed that they support the war against drugs. They think that the killings are a bit excessive, but overwhelming support for it. So I think he's done it in the first 2 years. Corruption, I think no one else has done it the same way that he has. He has fired people who are closest to him during the campaign. That's unheard of. If you look at the pattern of other traditional politicians, the closer you are, the more you're granted impunity by the president, not by this president. In fact, no one is safe. So even I know that one mistake and you're out, no? Of course, better life. Come on, we have the second fastest growing economy in the Philippines. The optimism is the highest in the region and all-time high, no? So in the world, no? So what more do you want, no? So I think he's done a great job for the past 2 years. I understand why people get frustrated because the language can be very harsh. And I'm not sure that's really against our way of life because he remains ever popular despite the foul language. No? And people, I guess, like someone who is now non-traditional. They have completely rejected the concept of a suave, smooth-talking, traditional politician in favor of gutter language who gets things done. No? I don't understand it, but that's a reality. No? It's been very tiring. It entails 13, 14 hours of work a day. And of course, because of the nature of the job, even when you're about to sleep, there's questions from people like Nestor Corrales asking for reactions. No, it's never ending. But it starts with the first interview early in the morning and ends with the last question late at night. No? So I don't think I've worked as hard as I have for the past 7 months, actually. That's the truth. Oh my gosh, Congress is the dream job. You work 3 days a week. It's not as intense because all you have to do is really be present. Although I was very conscientious, I was going to all the committee hearings because I had a lot of bills. So chances are I was defending a bill every day. But that's it, and it's really legal. So it's right up my alley, no? Being a lawyer and a law professor. No? But this is completely different because while it entails a lot of law, it really deals with communication and media relations, no? Areas that I'm not really used to. No? I just like getting out of Manila because Manila, I think, is the most stressful place on earth. But I like going to the provinces. I like going to the beach. I love the mountains. Every opportunity, I try to swim in the ocean. There's nothing like swimming in the ocean because you're there, you're one with nature. And my favorite is just swimming in deep water at sundown. No? My family, all of us dive, so we dive as a family. Although they're all irritated with me because I'm always like making sure everyone's okay, and they basically don't like the fact that I'm bugging everyone and asking everyone, are they okay? So I'm more of a control freak, especially with the kids, no, diving. But I'm trying to be more relaxed now, knowing that they're better divers than me. Well, 19 years of being married, no? Well, to begin with, it doesn't feel like it's been 19 years. So that means it must have been good because it just breezed through, no? I'm surprised that the kids are all of a sudden preparing for college and we're looking at the possibility that kids could go away for college. No? Both of them want to go to UP because they would be the third generation UP and I would get an award from the Alumni Association, but I'm discouraging them. No? I'm discouraging them, number one, because they'll just be like everyone now in UP, spoiled brats, you know, very keen sense of, you know, being part of the elite and not being grounded. Whereas my experience having studied abroad at the time when there was turmoil was I had to wash dishes, I had to cook for a living, and I want that for them as well, no? I mean, I can still remember when we got married. We got married today, 19 years ago, in civil rights in Cebu because I love Cebu and my wife loves Cebu. And she was late. So I thought I was being stood up already, no? In fact, the judge said if she doesn't come in, I'll have to go. And like 15 minutes before 5, she arrived, no? Be sure that you're marrying someone who will remain a friend. And I guess that's why we have remained married all these years, because the foundation is friendship. Because it's important to have lots of things to talk about, because, you know, it's not all excitement. There will be excitement in the first 10 years, and then things normalize, and you become like everyone else. And you need to connect, no? And if you don't really, you can't even talk to each other, what do you do, no? Well, nothing comes easy, really. That's really the life lesson. No? Nothing comes easy. Even as a child, nothing came easy to me. I was the last to read in my grade 1 class. I did not read until I was in grade 2. And the reason is my mother made a mistake. She enrolled me a year earlier. So I ended up being the youngest kid in school. I was in college at age 14. So people thought there was something wrong with me. But in reality, it was just because, you know, I was young. I was in the last section in the first 3 years in grade school. It was only in grade 4 when I transferred to the honors section. And it's a good thing I was able to catch up. No? Same thing, no? Same thing with college. No? I was excellent in UP, but I had to leave UP. Combination of reasons. I think people were going to beat me up in UP if I didn't leave. So I left, and then I went abroad, and I was shocked because I had a grade point average of almost a flat 1 in UP. And then I went first to University of Chicago. I was barely passing. And I said, oh my gosh, this is like incredible. I mean, am I dumb or what? But I couldn't understand why I was on top, and all of a sudden I was basically not even surviving. But it's always like that. You know, it's always like that. Nothing comes easy. Even now, no? Even in talk about politics, no? I don't understand why I'm in the bottom. I'm a bottom dweller in the surveys, no? When, come on, look at people on top of the surveys, no? These people don't even know what legislation is all about. And yet, you're down there, having to struggle your way up, no? Well, I liked Miriam, of course, no? I thought she was really funny. And who is the least funny? I would say that's Noy Noy Aquino.
Why is it?
Absolutely no humor. Oh my gosh. Trademark. No, Benham Rice. No, I don't think I erred because I was very clear. But you know, I don't know. Something was lost in the editing, I guess. But clearly, I was saying that Filipinos don't need a license. But looking back, well, maybe it's in the way I said it. But you know, because I also qualified it. If you're Filipino, you don't need, no. But since then, I've been more careful. Less candid, if you notice, in Malacanang now. I'm not as candid as I was when I started in the job, knowing that everything I said is recorded and could be quoted, no? Any which way. So now I'm more boring. Well, telling everyone that I have not sold my soul to Sunny Trillanes. Well, actually, I said, I don't understand why you're hitting me. I never hit you. You've hit me twice, no? Sabi niya, well, you know, it's the media. But I said, no, it came from you. First, sabi mo, nasapian ako ng masamang espiritu. And then, I took that as a joke. I said, Happy Halloween. And then now, I had to fight back. It's the second time. Because, of course, Sunny and I, in the past, during the time of GMA, were allies. We were very close allies. I would be one of those visiting him in jail. And I was one of those supporting the mutineers in Oakwood. I was there, no? So I can't imagine Sunny hitting me under any circumstance, no? I don't hit him as much as possible, but as I said in the Senate, self-defense is something else, no? I mean, I can't take it sitting down and not doing anything, saying about it, anything about it.